Alright folks, this is part 2 of the 2011 Hyundai Accent electrical problem. So my problem was I kept blowing the passenger side parking light fuse. So here's how I'm going to break it down into how I found this. There's your wiring diagram. So that's pretty standard, start with the relay, and then it feeds into the left-hand lamp and right-hand lamp. But all of this stuff here was good. So all of the bulbs and all of the connectors and all the wiring to the front and back lamps were fine. But there was this little power takeoff right here. And it says to go to SD128. And then once I go to this, it breaks it down into more details. And then there's your left lamp, and it goes into the bulbs, which is fine, standard stuff. And then I go to the right-hand lamp, and then it goes to the bulbs, like it did the other side, but there was a power takeoff to a shunt. I honestly didn't know what a shunt was. A shunt is actually a bus connector. And a bus connector is a bar that gets powered up, and then a bunch of stuff is hooked up to it, and it powers up all those other things. So when I go to the passenger compartment fuse detail, and then there's your lead from that last page, and it goes to this shunt connector. And look at all the stuff that's powered up by this shunt connector. And then one of these items was causing the fuse to blow. Well, guess what? The only part of the car that had been messed with was the radio. It had an aftermarket radio. Now it was working perfectly, and I started there. I took the radio out, I inspected the wiring. Everything looked correct. The switch power was correct. The constant power was correct. The grounds were good. Everything looked good. But there's this wire right here to the audio, which is technically an illumination wire. And it was capped off, but for some reason it kept blowing a fuse. So what I did is I pulled it out of the shunt, and lo and behold, it solved my problem. So I'm going to do another video on how to service these Hyundai gang connectors next. They are extremely well designed and very easy to pull a pin out. So instead of having to cut wires out of a gang connector, you can easily pull the pin out and do your repairs and put the pin back in. And I got to be so good at it that I can actually do it with one hand. So yes, I started with the radio wiring, and I went all the way around the Rosie to come back to the wiring through my process illumination. And I should have remained there. I just somehow eliminated that as being the problem because everything looked good, everything tested good. So electrical problems can be difficult to diagnose sometimes. Alright guys, please subscribe, please like, and I'm going to bring back a bunch of different technical bulletin type deals. Maybe some of this stuff will help you. Thank you.